So, what is the definition of AGI, and what is the difference between AI and AGI, and what's the current state of AGI research and development? Right? Those are all very big, lofty things, and we're going to talk about it. But before I jump into that, just a show of hands, how many people understand the difference between AGI and AI? Maybe about 20%. So let's just talk about what it is. So the definition of artificial general intelligence is really the type of intelligence that's capable of performing any task that a human can do. Unlike the current AI systems, which are designed for very specific tasks, like recognizing an image or driving a car, AGI has the ability to learn, adapt, and solve problems across multiple domains without being explicitly programmed for it. It essentially aims to reproduce human cognitive abilities such as reasoning, learning, and understanding context. So if you played around with the reasoning model in ChatGPT, it's still just a standalone, general intelligence system. It's really not human-like. And the other thing it is to stress, and I didn't put it into the definition here, but it's not sentient. What does that mean? It's not self-aware. The difference between AI and AGI lies in the scope. It's narrow, right? AI is also referred to as weak. And the reason why it's designed to excel at very specific tasks within a very limited framework, like playing chess or recommending movies. AGI is envisioned to be much more advanced that can handle any intellectual task that a human can, and it can mimic, right? So it's really about it. Narrow AI relies on the training models that have been developed and all the prats and pitfalls that we face there. But now AGI would autonomously learn and adapt to new situations, mimicking human-like reasoning. So that's a fundamental takeaway. The current state really is that AGI does not exist. I want to be really clear. Nobody has shown any demonstration of an AGI model, but research is ongoing, and it faces capabilities of AGI. What are the potential applications in various industries? And then there's an infographic that I'll talk about. So again, very quickly, the key capabilities of artificial general intelligence is a broad range of advanced capabilities that mirror the behavior and functions of human beings. It includes learning and adaptability, acquiring knowledge across diverse domains, allow it to apply that knowledge to novel situations. It would excel in problem solving and planning, such as taking a complex trick for future scenarios like what is the best way to go to Mars, or planetary exploration. In natural language understanding, it makes it capable of interpreting context-dependent human communications, more meaningful interactions. It'll demonstrate creativity, such as improving human-generated code. Four big buckets. It's problem solving, reasoning, learning, and adoption. And then below that, I have the different industries that can actually be applied to. So it's really healthcare, finance, research, education, climate modeling, robotics, space exploration, cybersecurity, policy, and ethics. These are big, big areas. And so as a result, if you take away nothing, take away slide 7 and start using that in your thinking about differentiating between AI, narrow AI, and AGI, of what AGI could do. The bucket that exists today is obviously in problem solving, right? Because we know that ChatGPT and Claude and Gemini and anything else that you could spell, right, is really helpful in giving you information quickly, getting you, outlines and plans. I mean, Lee's team has built up this phenomenal product called Level 42, which, he'll talk about in future webinars as well. I think, we're already doing the base layer, but the reasoning and, if you're playing with the reasoning model from ChatGPT, it is not that level of reasoning. They're starting to offer it because they want to learn from it. They want to see if it's actually working. But that reasoning module doesn't exist. The learning module doesn't exist. And the adoption, okay, yeah. So what are the challenges? We have a lot of challenges, right? And so I'll talk about those in a second. But there's technical challenges, which is one large pillar, ethical considerations, legal and regulatory hurdles. So I know my friend Amy is on the phone and she could talk to a lot of that. And then again, what are those challenges? Now I'm going to switch over. Here are the challenges. So the adoption of general intelligence really faces significant challenges across technical, ethical, and regulatory domains. From the tech standpoint, the development of AGI requires breakthroughs in machine learning and computational power, and generalization capabilities that allow the systems to perform across diverse tasks seamlessly. The advancements will also ensure the robustness and safety, preventing, existing frameworks are not equipped. And Amy, I'm going to call on you specifically because I know you can give a good opinion on this, that, protect intellectual capital and property rights, implications around data privacy, liability, and decision-making processes, and what that means from a legal perspective. So let me pause there and call on my good buddy.
Mhm.
Jump in.
Sure. Can everyone hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Um, all right. So, right now, especially in the US, we don't have a really good legal framework for AI. There isn't a federal law. There have been some pronouncements from various federal agencies, like the FTC, talking about deepfakes and chatbots and complete transparency. But it's not a well-developed legal area. And there are a lot of concerns as we go forward, especially since the law seems to, let's put it this way, the tech is usually a couple of years ahead of the law. Now, there are some well-developed laws to which AI, is subject, and that's in, as you noticed here, bias and labor. So the Equal Opportunity Employment Commission, the EEOC, and various other federal agencies are looking at bias in AI. And there are existing laws that can be used if
know that, for example, autonomous assembly of cars is one big area. We've seen robotics there, but now couple AI and AGI into a humanoid robot, and now what Tesla's factory will have is, how many people are human versus how many people are actually robots that are doing the work of humans. And so I think those are things that are really interesting to start looking at and considering. Um, Ironically, the Tesla robot, I don't know if you've seen it, looks fairly humanoid, and it was it was very similar to um, the AI. What was the book? I, Robot, which was the movie with Will Smith. When they produced that, they really went out to people that were advanced in robotics and said, "How are these things going to look and how are they going to act?" And it was very similar. And I think that is, where life imitates art. I think you're starting to see that as well. I think that those kind of opportunities will develop. They're more agile. They can carry more. They can do more. They don't tire. They work 24/7. It's a manufacturer's dream if you think about robotics and you start thinking about that. So if they have the dexterity, if they have the ability to maintain quality, and if they have the ability to anticipate failures, I think those are things where AGI will be, you know, significantly improved. On consumer goods, so supply chain optimization, we know.
Hello.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Someone had a question?
There is, I don't know, but there is a message in the chat from Rajan
Oh, okay. Hey,
about
Ranjan.
new models and updated versions of OpenAI, and various open source and proprietary tools are emerging every 6 months. How do we foresee ethical regulations evolving to keep pace with these advancements and the transformative impact of these technologies on our future?
I see that. And so my answer is, you've started to see it in McKinsey and in Deloitte and in some of the other think tanks that are out there that are looking at AI. They're crafting a new role called the Chief AI Officer. And I think that that is going to be a responsibility that works its way into, it's going to start with large businesses, but it'll work its way down to smaller businesses.